Welcome back to this, already the final segment of The Price of Business for today. Glad to be with you. I am your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. I've got author on, Mike Myat, author of the book, interesting book, Hacking Leadership, the 11 gaps every business needs to close and the secrets to closing them quickly. Mike, welcome to the program. Kind of give us a little bit of overview of both yourself and the book.
Yeah, well, in terms of myself, I guess I have the pleasure of writing, speaking, teaching, and advising on leadership. Most of what I do is advising Fortune 500 CEOs on leadership. I do the same thing with Fortune 500 boards of directors, and the book is basically just a little bit of a overview of career experience as it relates to leadership and some of the problems that leaders face on a day-in, day-out basis. And it kind of creates an actionable roadmap for leaders to follow to be better leaders.
Yeah, very cool. What motivated you to write it?
I think just experience, watching what leaders have to do on a day-in, day-out basis and where they tend to struggle. And, it's just much more difficult to lead in today's world. There's far too much complexity. There's far many constituents to answer to. There's too much noise out there, and people tend to lose their focus. So I wanted to try and provide a tool for people to help them zero in on the things that really matter.
Mm-hmm. What are some of those things?
I think it's being aware of kind of a cultural shift that's taking place in the marketplace. I mean, I think there's a next generation of leadership that's beginning to awaken out there. I mean, where old leaders used to plan, newer leaders are more focused on the purpose than the plan. I mean, they're more focused on the right outcome than being right. They're focused on more meaningful things that actually create a healthy, sustainable enterprise as opposed to just being short-term, profit-driven, matrix-driven types of managers. They're really being people-centered leaders. And so that's really a lot of what I talk about in the book.
Yeah, that's interesting. Is there a particular type of business owner that you had in mind, size of company or those type of things that you had in mind when you chose to write this book?
Not really. I mean, my client base is highly niche. They're executive leaders of very large organizations, but I really wrote the book for leaders at every level. Because really, it doesn't matter what size of enterprise you're working in. If you're leading, there are certain skill sets, there are certain things that you need to possess to lead others well. And so I tried to write this book so that it really spanned size and type of industry and company. I really wanted to focus on the leader, regardless of where they may be leading.
Yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. What kind of what kind of response is the book receiving?
I've been actually blown away. It's been received very well. It debuted as a bestseller. It climbed, I think, as high as number 5. And it's been bouncing around ever since. But, people have really felt that I think I've taken leadership a little bit deeper than what a lot of authors tend to do. So, I drilled down very deep on tough subjects. One of the things that I think leaders really need to ask themselves is, why should anybody be led by them? I mean, other than title or position or authority, what are they doing to add value to the lives of those whom they lead? And so, we challenge, in the book, I challenge leaders to challenge themselves more than they challenge those who work for them. And so it forces leaders to come to grips with some things that maybe aren't easy to come to grips with, but that it's past the time to do so.
Got to wrap it up. Thanks so much for being with us. Enjoyed it very much. Mike Myat, author of the book, Hacking Leadership. You can find it at weavinginfluence.com. influence.com. Weaving, W-E-A-V-I-N-G, influence.com. Mike, thanks for being with us.
My pleasure.
All right, want to wish you a great rest of your day. Want to encourage you to check us out over at usdailyreview.com. While there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter. Spend your day wisely. Spend it right here.